Same thing for me. It's 5:30 here in the morning. The sun is so bright. By the way, this is the station to where people embark from the main province of Aklan, where Boracay Island is located. Yeah, the guy is carrying the crystal kayak. There. This is Boracay early in the morning, and it's 5 o'clock here in the morning, 5:30 Philippine time. So let's go over there. So this is the first barangay here in Boracay. This is the Manok Manok. And over there is the Balabag Midway. And on the northern part of the island is the Yapak. There are only 3 barangays here in Boracay. The first one is Manok Manok. Is the nearest part of Boracay to the main island, Aklan. The water is still so clear. And there's some fishes, small fishes. I'm looking for my brother because he went outside. This from United Kingdom, and he went outside as early as 4 a.m. But unfortunately, the authorities or policemen advised him to go back to the hotel room because they are not allowed. They don't allow citizens to walk as early as 4 a.m. on the beach due to security reason. Um, it's not safe to walk around here from 1 a.m. where people are already sleeping. We is ready for the crystal kayak. The boat is ready for picture taking. There. I don't want to try the trend of having that, you know, picture taking on the crystal boat. I think it trends after the pandemic. So there's a lot of boat here because I think I heard yesterday that they are getting the boats ready for, I think there is a marathon, something like that, or a contest on the upcoming Love Boracay, where there will be a lot of foreigners. I love the sound of the wave. I love it. That's why here in this part of Boracay, the Manok Manok, there's a lot of diving spot here on this part. Like the water. You can just see it's a bit wavy on this part. That's why there's a lot of surf and diving center on this part of Boracay. And that is the Ocean Club and Surf Beach. And the sand here has, you know, um, a combination, there's a big combination of corals and some seashells. Unlike in the other part in Balabag Midway where it's all pure white powdery sand. Can you hear anything? I love the ocean, the sound of the ocean. And I can see a lot of people walking, especially on the other part, going to Balabag Midway. They are just walking on their bare feet. They're not even wearing, they just sleeper. They just love walking on the sea. So I'm looking for my brother because we cannot contact him. His phone doesn't have any internet connection because it's under BT plan in United Kingdom. BT is like telco provider in England. It's like in the Philippines, it's like oh, you can see a snail. It's a lot of seashell. We started walking as early as 5 a.m. So by the way, I grew up in this island. Yeah, I'm a Boracay baby. While others, when I speak with a friend before, who grew up in the United States and was asking me how's Boracay? That's my dream destination because I only read it on the book or watch on television programs or vlogs. And I told him that when he asked me how's like growing up in the island, and I was like, it's okay, it's like normal, part of your life daily. And I don't know, maybe when I was kid and telling the truth, I don't appreciate it. Of course, I'm dreaming of living the city life, but later I realized that my God, it's everybody's dream to be here. There, I love the water, the waves of the water, and there's a lot of boat in this spot, big, small. I think they are docking it on this part of Boracay every night. So I don't know. It's just the boats like looks like floating in one space here in Boracay, and And that is Manok Manok. Because if you could see there on the other part, there's no any boat docking in the middle of the city. There's no such um, I think this is the part of Boracay that is still non-congested of hotels. Most of the villa here or those room for rent are owned by locals of Boracay. I think on the other part in Balabag Milway or on the half part of Manok Manok is already owned by mostly big businessmen and foreigners. So later on we're going to Puka Beach. That's the other part of Boracay. So if this is the right side, Puka is on the left side of the island. And that part was closed before many years ago. Yeah. So yeah, there's a, there's still a lot of coconut tree. So way back in 1990s, there's still no concrete cottages or hotels here in Boracay. It's just a pure Filipino hut, or we finally called it Bahay Kubo. It's so clean, full of trees, coconut trees. But look, there's a lot of buildings beside the bay right now. It's not like this before. You can rarely see boat before. So like for example, it takes time for you to wait just to cross the island. So there is a time, way back in 1990s. Um, so you have to go here early in the morning because the first trip to the island is like 7 a.m. and then the second trip is 12 a.m. Unlike now that, yeah, every minute. It's like 24 hours. You can cross the island. So there are some foreigners who discovered, especially the Western adventurer, where they discover the beauty of the island. Because, as I've told you earlier, we don't mind the island, we don't mind the beauty. We thought that is just part of our life, but little did we know that it's going to be a hit worldwide. This island. It's 40 minutes. So that is the edge part, the other side. Is that like a glide? Yeah. On the bay there is some algae here. There, the green. But according to study, algae is part of the island even before, because that is the one of the reason why we have this powdery, pristine white beach. I think there's somebody's meditating here on this part. There. There's a guy who's meditating looking on the boat. There, the white sand. By the way, again, since I'm receiving a lot of chat, so this is the name of the island, Boracay, and you can search it on Google, Boracay Island. It's one of the most beautiful island in the world. So this is the part of Boracay where you can see a lot of, yeah, boat, many ship, um, speedboat, like that. There. So later on, I think around 7 a.m. we're going to Puka Beach, the other part of Boracay. They said the cleanest part of Boracay because this island has been overused and it's going to be a full packed island in the coming days because it's going to be a 1 week holiday here in the Philippines for the Holy Week because we are a Christian country. And one more thing is that there will be a love Boracay that's being visited by foreigners from Western countries and Asian countries too, especially from Korea and Japan and China. Here. Yeah, let's just listen to the sound of the wave. Not big wave, but just a little wave with a calming sound when it hits the shore. So by the way, one good thing about the island is that it is a safe island even in any season. So like for example, it can experience typhoon like and rain, heavy rains, but the island is in the middle of mountainous island. So like for example on this part, that is the main part of the province Aklan, that one that you are seeing right now. On the other part, it is protected by Um, it is being protected by another island, Tablas. They call it Tablas or Romblon. So on the other part, there's what they call Carabao Island. So there's a lot of hearsay that there will be another island here in Panay that is being developed to be like Boracay because it has pristine white powdery sand. But when they check it, the island is not like Boracay. Um, there's a beach. It's not a long beach, but it has pristine water and pristine sand. But unfortunately, it's they check it and it's not like Boracay where you can walk on almost middle part of the island and you could see that it's still on knee high, unlike in Carabao Island that is very dangerous. Like for example, if you just walk just 5 steps from knee high, it will become neck high. So the water is treacherous and it's very dangerous if you're going to swim there. So it wasn't developed the way they had it planned. Yeah, I love the coconut tree. This is also one of the unique here in Boracay. There's a lot of 103 years old here. Coconut can last a century, they said. And they are the noisy one, the noisy on the beach walking. So so I think I need to, yeah, they have to stop right now. I think I'm tired. Yeah, just kidding. Tired of walking. Yeah, can you see? It's the sand is very smooth. Even if you go walk by your bare feet, it's like a powdery sand. And many said that there's no other one like this in the world. Boracay is different. They've seen a lot of, they witnessed a lot of white beaches in the world, but Boracay is different. It is, the island is gifted of this kind of sand. It is built like this. It is built by God like this. Yeah, can you see? I also visited some island, okay, here in the Philippines, and Boracay is different. That's the reason why it's became a hit worldwide. So before year 90s or before the millennium, this space where you can see a lot of buildings, it's it's just a mountain. This is the mountainous part of Boracay. We're not able to go here because there's a lot of trees, something like that. And they said there's a lot of snake. Of course, your parents will tell you, don't go on that part because there's a lot of snake, something like that. But look, it's not the way like it was before 20 years ago. So we're going there. I think I'm tired. It's only one barangay to the right side and one barangay part of the island. And I feel like I'm tired. The Ohana. The name of this building is Ohana. So Ohana is, I think, um, it's a Japanese word. So definitely Japanese businessmen owned that. So on that other part of this island, I think there's still some locals who live there. Okay. Me as one of the locals of the island, of course, we still have, small property. And I think there's one person, History Bride, there's one person in the 70s who discovered this island. And only those native Filipinos, like the Aita, with black color and curly hair, they are the first settlers here in the island. But of course, um, there's some Filipinos who discovered this place, businessmen, and some foreigners, Westerners who love adventure, and they discovered the beauty of the island. And that's when they started selling. Of course, the locals sold their properties. They don't have any proper papers before. They just tell themselves, oh my god, I discovered this island, so I have to own it. Just like that. They just own the island. That's how it works before. Unlike now that you have to pay for every square meters that if you would like to have a piece of the island. So I think this is the keyhole, what they call the keyhole, where you can pass through that mini hole on that part. There they are. They are the locals of Boracay. And they will be the one who will clean the garbages. So there. So let's go there on that part, rocky part of Boracay. Let's just have a little bit of a glimpse on the rocks. There, even on the top of the mountain, they put that building at the top of the mountain. Yeah, there's also a hotel here, the Asia Premier Suites. Yeah, they keep destroying the island, the natural beauty of the island. And I think this is the mountainous part before that we're not able to explore because we're too scared. There's a lot of, yeah. The formation of the rock is made by the waves during high tide. There, on that part, there's some people who used to gather and picnic here. So I'm looking for my brother. I don't know where he is, but my brother is quite adventurous too because he used to live for 20 years in the UK, in England, and he want to explore every bit part of the island again because he misses it so much because he's been working for a long time. He has his family and he's already a British citizen. So this island really gave him, a glimpse of um, memories, childhood memories. I want to sit here, but um, I can't. It's ouchy. The rock formation is like a knife. So this is the keyhole. I think this is the keyhole that they are talking about, where you can go to that hole and go to the other part of the island. So um let's explore it. There. Yeah. I think this is the one that they call the keyhole. It's like a cave. Opening of the cave. It's a mini cave here in Boracay. There. Get a glimpse. And there. So bye for now from Boracay Island. See you again on my next live. Bye.